Hey guys, this is a general reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for August of 2020. Also Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but also if you have significant Libra in your chart, if you're just drawn to this reading, if you're cross-watching, like for somebody else who's a Libra, if this doesn't resonate with you or for more of a complete picture, you may want to watch my other videos I've either already made or will make in the future of all that stuff I just said. Please understand that energy is fluid. So some, none, or all of this may apply. This could have already happened. It could be happening now. It could happen in the future. I could read this as you. It could be love. I could read this as, I'm totally not even saying the right stuff. I could read this as you, and it could be somebody else significant to you. I could read this as love, and it could be somebody else. It could be, I could say career, and you get the point. So flip-flop it as necessary. Take what fits, leave the rest. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Thank you for those of you who have contributed to the channel in ways of, like, some of you have asked about donations for reciprocity of energy and to give back for the energy I provide. My PayPal information is in the description box below, and thank you for those of you who have and who do. For services, all of it's in the description box below. Please read all of it, including the disclaimer. I don't have my shamanic services up yet. So for services such as shamanic illuminations, soul retrievals, destiny retrievals, if you just have an imbalance in your energy, basically if you're like, I don't know what's going on with my energy, you need to have something taken out, something added, if there's like entities or just anything that needs to be balanced in, energetic cords, attachments, shadow contracts, stuff in your shadow to work through that is affecting you, that is unseen in like the underworld. Also, destiny retrieval is basically like sometimes people become so wounded that they can't see what the possibilities of their destiny and what could be good for them coming up could be. I'm trying to look, my camera kind of seems weird. I don't know. But so if you're interested in any of that, also I do crystalline consciousness technique, which is amazing. I've been using that a lot on myself and it's helped me a lot. And it's basically, it uses sacred geometry, high vibration, crystalline energy, and it works in a way that's a lot higher vibration in like 11th, 12th frequency. And then it kind of like trickles down into this 3D. So it helps you with, you know, things that you're already working through that you might have blocks. It helps you with electromagnetic field protection and keeping you in your crystalline body versus your EMF body. If you're just like blocked and you don't know why, how it's really helped me basically is sometimes when I'm working through something and there's an energy that I'm like, I don't know what's blocking me and I'm just not aligned with it yet. I could work my thoughts, but it's like I'm competing against an energy that I don't know what's there. And basically it comes when there's not an alignment and I don't know how to work through that. It's really helped me a lot with that. So I will do some more videos talking more about it. But if you're interested in this, where you're just going through something and you need help aligning, you know, energies or raising the frequency of the energy, it makes, you know, healing and moving through these things so much faster and lighter. It's lighter, lighter energy. It's not the heavy, dense energy that electromagnetic fields are, like this 3D or whatever. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Also, I do like private light language sessions and stuff like that. So if you're interested in any of that, email me. It's in the description box below. I will eventually add it to my description, but in the meantime, also, if you're not going to work with me, which I love working with you guys, I love connecting with you, so thank you for those of you who do. Please know that you liking this video and sharing and commenting. I can't respond to everybody, but I read all the comments and I love connecting to your guys' system. I'm so sorry that I cannot speak right now. I love connecting to your guys' energy. It's a very discombobulated energy. I don't really know why. Maybe I'll figure out as I get into your guys' reading. But anyways, please like, share, comment, and subscribe on the video. It is just as much of contributing and donating back to me as donating or services or anything like that. So like the video, share it, comment. It takes 2 seconds. Please also make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. If you think you're subscribed, double check, because weird things have kind of been happening with YouTube and even other channels where people think they're subscribed and they're not. So just double check, okay? So we're just going to get started with your reading. Sorry for all the over the place and the discombobulated talking. It is what it is. I don't know why. In the center of your reading, where you're sitting, is the 9 of Swords reversed. So I think you're coming out of some type of anxiety. I kind of have this split energy that I've been feeling, where some of you are like seeing and coming out of this pattern. And some of you, this is almost like, I don't want to say a warning, but advice or whatever, to not go back into this pattern. So apply this to your life as necessary. So I'm going to read it as the people, for the most part, that are coming out of this pattern. But some of you may need to take this as, oh, this is what I'm in and this is what I have to look forward to. Oh God, thank God I saw ahead on this, and you take the appropriate action. But some of you actually think you're going into something really good. And it's really just going to be like a world of chaos. It's opposition. It's not going to be in harmony. It's not going to be in balance. It's not going to be basically in, probably for the most part, everything that you stand for. So just to let you know. So anyways, some of you, I think, because what's crossing you is the Lover's card, were in a very significant type of situation where it felt like a very strong connection. For me personally, as a reader, and honestly, if you lay out the major arcana and you read the story, it kind of supports what I'm saying. Anyways, most people read the Lovers as a very significant connection. It's super powerful. There's a lot of love. It's a soulmate connection. Sometimes even meant to be together. I don't really fully get that with the Lovers. I mostly get that, it's really like a head over heart decision. That's why they say head over heart. It's a choice, blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of times it's a type of relationship where it's like me versus you. Like I have to choose. It's either me or you. Like, I can't focus on me if I'm with you. It's not an equally mutually giving relationship. It's like so intense, it's one way or the other. Or like a good example also would be where like you meet somebody and like you're for the light, if you will. Like you're all about, good and light. And I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying this. And they're like for the dark. But there just happens to be that strong chemistry between the two of you. There's just usually opposing beliefs or opposing forces, or just where they're usually going against each other, really. But the connection is strong. It could just be sexual chemistry. It could be the connection. It could be karmic and to teach you a lesson. You could take it however you want. But either way, I think you were in and around a situation that the connection was probably very strong, or felt like it was very strong, or something very significant. But it was just that opposing force type feeling. And it just ends up coming down to, after obviously clearly like you trying and trying and trying and trying, you having to just choose yourself and choose what's best for you. Because if not, you're going down, or you're going to spiral, or you're going to whatever. There's no way that you can do you, harmonize, balance, better yourself while staying in this connection. It's just clear as day. It's not possible. And I think that's why you're coming out of this 9 of Swords energy. Because what's in the foundation and what's describing all this is Five of Swords, and it's not going to focus really well just because the lighting in here, it's at night, and I decided to do this last minute, so the lighting's not that great. It's not going to focus that well, just FYI. But Five of Swords, Four of Pentacles. So it's just very like mentally conflicting, power games, mind games, selfishness, holding on, emotionally guarded. Low vibes, basically. And it's like even in the past, you have Emperor. So maybe you took your control back, but maybe you were around somebody. Let's pull cards on that. Maybe you were around somebody who, they were kind of controlling or very rigid. So let's see what the Emperor is. What the Emperor is on the energy on the bottom of the deck is you have the Hangman, you have Temperance, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Cups. I think this is mostly just you, like you're seeing a different perspective now when you're healing. Like things are changing for you and you're starting to focus on yourself. Okay, so it's coming up again, and I'm just going to say it because of this. So, for those of you who are exiting this situation, and you're exiting because you're wanting to be with someone else, or you found someone else, or they seem like the perfect person, or whatever. Maybe even someone from your past has come back. I don't know. Be very careful because the energy signature feels the same as either this person, or for those of you who aren't with somebody and what I'm describing right now, and you're like, this isn't my situation, blah, blah, blah. There may be a chance. So hit me up for a reading if you want to see if this is you and more zone in on your energy. But there may be a reading. What you're listening to right now is the energy of the person that like you're walking into. Like they could be a father, they could be a supervisor, or just have a very like mature, together, gathered, and in control role. Almost possibly in that like just really, you know, sexy, like they've got it together and sure, you can roll me in the bedroom, you know, whatever kind of thing, like, you know, I'll be your daddy type thing or whatever, which could be sexy, I'm just saying, but I'm just saying that's the energy of this type of person. So just be careful if that is, and I mean, you can either do what you want with that or make sure you at least give it some extra time and make sure you really see who they are, or have me read their energy or whatever. Do a session with me to see how to navigate that. Either way, be careful, okay? The energy feels all over the place. Like, I'm not sure right now if this is me or if this is you. Like, as a like the Libra energy. Ah, that's right. Okay. So, I feel like you guys are knocked off your game right now because you're, like, letting something go or letting something go and wanting to go somewhere else. And you guys, a lot of Libras really feel a lot of balance and harmony when they're within a situation or relationship or whatever. And I feel like you're kind of really knocked off your game and maybe a little chaotic or discombobulated energy right now because you're not. I don't think this is just me, because I am having a little bit hard of a time grounding myself. So tell me about this Emperor energy. Three of Pentacles. For some of you, this Emperor is you meeting somebody like this. Some of you, this is who you're with. Some of you, this is somebody you met, which makes sense why the next card is coming up. And the reason I say this is, like, right after when I was looking at the cards, you have like 6 of Cups. So it could be soulmate. It could be someone from the past. Doesn't necessarily have to. They could like make all this nostalgia and dreaminess and everything you thought you wanted as a kid come up. But right behind it is the 3 of Pentacles and 3 of Cups. And then you have Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Magician, 4 of Wands, but then Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. To, you know, it's, I don't think it's what you think as the cards go on. But when I ask this, it's like 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, this is somebody you've met. So the story can kind of change here a little bit too, in that some of you are coming out of an anxious energy because you feel like you've met somebody and it's making you feel good. So please apply this as necessary. Some of you are getting out of this. Some of you are trying to go into this. Some of you are getting out of this by meeting someone else and not realizing the energy is actually similar to what you're getting out of. Again, if you need help with this or to read your specific situation, please hit me up for a reading. In the crowning position, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So here's your new beginning that you're like, cool, I'm going to build. It's tangible. We're going to go. In your likely future, you have 5 of Pentacles coupled with the 10 of Cups, and then sitting kind of off to the side on its own, you have the 4 of Swords. So you're kind of looking like in your likely future that, you know, I think it's gonna be kind of rough. Let me try to think, because there's so many storylines playing out here. Like, some of you, it's going to be a rough transition and you'll be okay through it, even if the person somewhat works out for you. Some of you, it's not going to work out the way you thought. It's not going to be what you thought it was going to be, and you're going to have to rest and heal again. And even the ones who are in this situation and you're getting out, like, you're going to go through kind of a bah humbug period, but you are moving towards, as long as you can actually remove yourself from this cycle and go into the healing, you will actually be moving into higher vibrations and being able to go within and heal. Tell me about the 5 of Pentacles. Tell me about the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is the 6 of Pentacles and the Emperor. 5 of Pentacles is 2 of Cups. So let me think for a second, because I want to know. It's like, I feel like this level of indecision and confusion on your guys' part, which is hard for me to see on it. It's like, there's a level of anxiety again, or it just really feels to me like this vibe of illusion, like, is really what I keep feeling. Like, underneath it all is really this Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, clarifying that, like, with this relationship. Like, this is really the energy underneath it all. I feel like what's being presented, or what will look on a surface level, is the Ten of Cups, where it's like, okay, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be strong, I could provide, here's this, here's that, like, okay, stronger foundation. Maybe even very passionate, even, you know, possibly sexual or Ace of Wands energy. But, you know, you also have the Eight of Cups. Like, I don't think it's going to be emotional. I feel more image. I could be wrong. I feel that's kind of guarded. And I feel like because of that, it might even make you go into re-strategizing. Some of you who are leaving this situation, you are just, you're leaving it. Like, you know it's done. You're letting the image go. You're just going into healing, and you're letting it go. I guess some of you could be going in where you're leaving one thing that really sucks and going into something else that gives back, but it feels more image than actually like emotionally equal give and take, or maybe even like, tell me about the Six of Pentacles. It just doesn't feel deep. It feels surface level. If you're okay with that, be okay with that. I'm just letting you know, so you know you can make educated decisions and be empowered in that, okay? But it feels very surface level. Like, you might have like decent sex, like pretty good sex. It might be very passionate, at least for a minute. It might be sturdy. You might have somewhat of a strong foundation, or they might seem really together. They're just very, you know, like manly and rigid. They might be a supervisor or a father, or just very calm, cool, collected on the surface, but rigid, like very rigid. But to a point where, even so, kind of in control in a way where you just won't really have a lot of say. You won't really know a lot. There will be certain illusions and certain secrets. Who knows if you're the only one sexually? That's not going to be for everybody, but actually it is pretty likely, especially with what's in your likely outcome. Because there's a King of Cups coming up that's coming along with this Emperor. And he's in your likely outcome, so we'll get to him. So he's representing this Emperor. Which might mean that, I guess, maybe the Emperor softens. Like, it might just mean when you first met him, he was like this. Seemed very rigid, but, you know, responsible at the same time, very daddy like, you know, supervisor, very has his stuff together. And as you get to know him, you do see a little bit more of an emotional side with the King of Cups. Not much, but you do. But it is toxic, like the devil fell out. It's just not exactly what you think it's gonna be. Yeah, like you have the Hierophant, 10 of Pentacles, and then all of a sudden you learn with the Ace of Swords, 7 of Swords, Knight of Wands. I just think there's more to him or her, whoever this is, than you know. He's really, that's what I was saying with the 10 of Cups. It felt kind of like superficial, super like a image to me. More of like what was wanted or what's being portrayed. And I think that's why you're either going to go into resting and healing, or you literally may be then going into like, oh damn, it was so close, let me re-strategize, like either what do I do, or is there a way to get him where I want him to be or her to be or whatever. Like you might even go into like lower energies again and spying or watching, or I don't know. I'm just hoping you just exit the cycle and don't go back into that. I don't know. We'll go on and see. But how you see yourself, justice. So for those of you who are leaving, some of you might actually be getting a divorce. You might be bringing justice, balancing the scales, really laying something on somebody. Maybe you're balancing your karma. Some of you, I think, are just leaving and you're being more logical minded instead of emotionally, and just doing what you have to do to get out of this situation. Others of you, who knows? I mean, some of you might have even met somebody else and you're going on and being like balancing the scales, like you feel better, or you're just like, well, I'm going to leave. Like it's what you did to me. I don't know. Some of you, I feel like it's justice and payback. And some of you, I feel like it's just you're doing what you have to do and you're being logical minded and you're getting out of it. Tell me about the Justice card. So you have 9 of Swords. You're doing what you have to do to get out of the anxiety and the overthinking. Yeah, you've emotionally detached. Exactly like I said, you have 9 of Swords and you have the 4 of Cups. Like, you are emotionally detaching. And most of you, I think, are removing yourself from this situation in order to do what you need to do, clear your mind and heal and get in a right place. What's in your environment? You have the 9 of Wands. So, you or somebody else might have really fought through it. Like I said, I get the vibe like you tried and tried and tried to just make it work and kept trying to tweak it and tweak it and tweak it, wait and have patience and just try little things to get whatever this is to work. And it's just a tiring energy. I think that's very much in your environment, but I also think that I don't know, maybe this person is too. I don't know if they're just like persevering. What's with the 9 of Wands in the environment? The Hierophants reverse. 9 of Wands in the environment. Justice. I think they are pretty wore out in this sense because you're sitting here with this justice energy. Most of you, like I said, there is a slight amount, and that's why it's coming up, that you're about to go into this pattern, or it's trying to stop you from going into this. Most of you are coming out of this and you're just like leaving out emotions, going full logic, doing what you have to do, laying down the law. And I think it was a surprise to them. I don't think they expected it. I think they're really having to go through stuff over the ending of this, especially if it was like a marriage or a significant relationship. I just think you've had a change in perspective. I don't think you see things the same way anymore. I think you've kind of lost the illusion, kind of like what I was saying here. Like, to me personally, I mean, the Ten of Cups doesn't always come up as mostly, but it comes up as that picture perfect image of what you wanted, like family, you know, house, white picket fence, 2.5 kids, like what you thought it was going to be, basically. And I think you're like dropping the illusion of this, that this is ever going to be that. And you're changing whole perspective about that, and it's surprising the person. Like, maybe they've been trying. I don't know if you've been laying down the law on them, but maybe they've been trying, and it's, they're trying to persevere and fix it and get it back, and it's just not. But how they see you is the Knight of Cups. So for the love of God, guys, please don't just go right into something else or feel like, you know, maybe like I said, that's why I have such a discombobulated energy right now, is because I'm feeling you guys all over the place. Because really, per the zodiac sign of Libra, when they're at their best is when they're in a very balanced and harmonious relationship. That's when you're at your best. So if you're entering out of this and you're taking a risk or a leap of faith and you're at an in-between state, it's probably why you're a little discombobulated. Sorry, I keep using that word, but I can't think of a better one right now. And it's a little late at night. It was a last-minute thing, so I'm not at, like, my prime optimal thinking. But you're just, like, focusing on yourself right now. It's not fully your thing you're used to doing. You're just not really feeling yourself, so you're feeling a little off. But you might be offering your cup to someone else before healing. And I think you're trying to exit a cycle, and I think that's the reason this is really coming up, is because it's trying to be like, please really do the work here and don't walk into another cycle like this, that you are not recognizing like the energy signature of people, or like what is going on here and how to recognize this, and then you just boop, walk right into it again because you don't know what to look for or how to like face things within yourself. No, how to face things within yourself. So then there you go. You're like, oh, this guy looks stable. This guy looks sexy. This guy looks like we can do some fun stuff. This guy looks like he'll be responsible. This guy looks like he'll do everything that the other guy or girl or whatever won't do. And again, you're like sold another dream, and you go back into another Ten of Cups energy, and you're like, maybe this guy will fit my Ten of Cups thing. And you're willing to let go of the fact that the other person can't, but you're like not really letting go of the concept or the illusions in the first place. And now you're just trying to refill that role. So please don't do that, because this environment is seeing you as a Knight of Cups. I guess it could be their own insecurities or their fears, but I don't know. It is coming up pretty strong for you guys. So be careful if that's what you guys are doing. Your hopes, which also backs up what I'm saying and how they're seeing you, is Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. You're hoping to start on a new journey, which you could build with a stronger foundation and starting like possibly either a new relationship. I'm hoping this is high vibration in a way where you're learning new skills and to improve yourself and, you know, learn on something you could build within yourself, or something that could be like entrepreneurial. Is that the right word? Or just something you could build that's tangible and within you, and more of a self-love kind of way, where you could put this into yourself until you can make your own cup runneth over. Hopefully this isn't, hey, new beginning, I could build with someone else, a new relationship. So please, guys, please don't do that. Please heal and take some time to realize some stuff. If you need help with this, let me know. Your fears, Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups. So, some of you might fear actually being single. But you might fear thinking that you're getting what you want, or that you're doing what you want or what's best for you, and you let it go. And then it's either the wrong decision, or then you become really confused, and then you don't know what option to take, or just losing yourself. And that's why I say please heal, because it's like, who am I outside of a relationship? How do I gain my stability outside of a relationship? I just think whether it's consciously or subconsciously, part of you feels like you won't know where to go or what to do from there, or becoming confused or lost, or what do I choose? What do I do? Instead of it just being told to you or written out for you, or just the same old, you know. You have to actually think and feel for yourself and get to know yourself, and not just kind of mold and harmonize with whoever you're with. You know, you got to do that with yourself. I think a lot of you probably just want to go right into something else, and you don't want to be single and feel lost. Your likely outcome. 5 of Wands, King of Cups. So I do believe this King of Cups is this Emperor energy. So some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio. But I feel like, you know, some of you that are going through this divorce, this separation, you know, you're going to have a little bit of battling, a little bit of competition and conflict from this. Some of you, I mean, there may be competition around you, or maybe even with this person you recently met. For those of you that applies, there will be competition, whether it's with other people around you or just between the two of you, where literally this partnership, instead of being a true, imbalanced and harmonious partnership, it's a competitive partnership. It's me versus you. It's not that truly working together as a team type partnership. It's literally like you're just coexisting in life together, like you're very codependent and, you know, living, like coming together as support, but only in a way to keep living, not in an emotional or mental way. In that way, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe a little bit of the vibe of Sleeping with the Enemy, you know, where your love language tends to become who can one up who, and who can be better than who, and who can outsmart who, and who can outget who. And I don't know. Tell me about the 5 of Wands. It's not going to work out in your favor. It's just the Emperor and the King of Cups energy, they're just going to be all about themselves. They're going to be very egoic. They're going to just actually be like a child within themselves. Even if they know how to play the part and do the thing and responsibility wise or do whatever, they're just going to be, entitled, happy within themselves, egoic, just all about themselves, kind of, basically. And all this 6 of Cups energy that drew you in the first place is going to end up with the 8 of Cups. It's not going to be emotionally satisfying. Which is why on the bottom of the deck, you have entitlement. You can't really see it clearly, I know, I'm sorry. Survival, battle, expectations, healing, secrets. Like, there's just a lot of entitlement here, and just having to battle to survive and just going at each other. You know, you're going to have to heal. Your expectations are not going to be met. There's going to be secrets within this. Your main card's coming up. You have promises, you have taboos, and you have liberation. I think you're going to be freeing yourself from this situation that at one time, I think when you met up with this person, whoever this is, whether it's now or coming in, like I said, it's like that. It's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet situation, only they actually really acted like they loved each other more. It's like that situation where it's like opposing forces, you know, and it's like that thing of, we'll make this work. Like, we're going to fight to make this work, you know, and it, like Goldilocks, what was coming up, this, entitlement card is a Goldilocks card. And what keeps coming up for me about that is she's looking for the one that's just right, you know, and so you might be looking for the one that's just right, but in that she keeps trying and trying and trying different things and trying different things and trying different things. And you literally might have tried so many things within this situation, or you will coming up if that applies to you in that you're going to lose yourself in the process, which is why I think your fear is in becoming single and letting it go. You're going to become confused and not know what to do. Because there's a cycle here of like losing who you are. And that's why literally this is about like choosing you. It's you or me. This person or the people you seem to keep choosing is the type of situation or situations where you don't feel safe enough to be able to feel or explore yourself. Or both you mutually give to each other and work as a partnership. It's in a way where you have to go to sleep, give up who you are, let go of who you are, you know, just to stay in it. Cognitive dissonance, like you have to lie to yourself to stay there. Not see what's really going on. Your partner literally will become your enemy. You will be battling and one-upping each other, staying together in the codependency of it and that whole toxic type of cycle, but they're not your best friend. I mean, it builds that type of thing where, yeah, you might miss them, or there might be excitement or sexual stuff. I don't know, eventually that might go out the door if they're the type that is talking to other people, because then it's like Russian roulette every time you have sex with them. But they're not your best friend. It's not balanced, not harmonious. Basically, what they're going to make you become is in the lower frequency or the shadow side of Libra. And that's not good. You can go look that up. Like, I don't feel like spelling that out, but it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be, you know, the positive traits of Libra. It's not going to be balanced. It's not going to be harmonious. It's going to be toxic. It's going to be all in your head. And you're going to play that game right with it of just trying to one up and get back, and then go in your own lower vicious cycle of somehow in your twisted mind, eventually over time, you'll think of little ways that you can like get it back on track, when really all it's doing is playing the game to further toxicity. Just exit the game and choose to have strength and discipline in that time while you detox and heal. But you need to choose to exit the game. You need to choose to pick you. And that means completely, like, just don't go with somebody else right now. Anybody. Just do you right now. And find who you are again. Because you're just going to start turning and telling yourself that it's for something good, or it's for something positive, or, oh, you'll either just get them back, but it's okay, it's what they're doing, or, oh, I'll just do this and it'll get them on page. I'll do this to them so that they see what it feels like, and then they'll understand, and then they'll have compassion, and then they won't do it to me again, and we can get on the same page. And then there they go and they do it to you again, because now it's, I'm going to one up you. It just feels like one of those things. Even if it's not that exact thing, it feels like one of those type of but with love, right? But at the end of the day, we really love each other. You know, it's kind of also like, weirdly enough, actually, like Will and Jada Pinkett or Jada Smith, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith or whatever their name is. I'm pretty sure actually Will Smith is actually a Libra too. I don't know what Jada is, but literally in the thing, in their table of what happened in their entanglement or whatever talk, they literally like bopped over the most dysfunctional marriage ever, you know, type thing. And them like getting each other, and he literally was like, yeah, I'll stick by you through anything. I'll forgive you, but don't think I'm not going to get you back for this. And she's like, what? Trust me, you've definitely gotten me back. So it was almost like she was getting him back, and now he's like, oh, okay. All right, I see you. I got you. All right. But don't think I'm not going to get you back. You know what I mean? It's like that. Now, if that's your cup of tea, by all means, rock on. Then you're in where you need to be, because this is exactly it. I'm sorry if I'm so cutting right now, because I feel like this is your energy. I feel like you're in a very cutting, logical energy. So I'm just going to bring your guys' energy to you. But if you want an energy that is in like your highest vibration of Libra energy, which is about balance and harmony and love and partnership and uplifting vibes and happiness and fun, airy, free, like fun, flirty vibes where you can have fun and be safe and confident to do that, and not in a way where you have to be like a mischievous little thing, you know? And I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? If you're in this situation, you know exactly what I'm saying. Like, you're not in that fun, flirty vibe. You might be when you're trying to like get somebody back on your page or on your side or in like the up cycle of y'all's thing. But no. This is the type of situation that fully 100% lowers your vibes. And it makes you lose such touch with reality about what's going on, not only within yourself, within the world around you, within your partnership. You don't even know what's right, what's wrong, what's up, what's down, what's safe, and what's not. You're literally in a den of a pack of wolves type feeling, and you think it's home. Maybe. I mean, I guess you can get used to that and consider it home, but at what expense? At yourself? At the loss of your soul? At your health? I mean, tell me this is not going to affect your health, especially with the anxiety. I mean, anxiety that much leads to disease and illness. I mean, and then here's the thing too. It's like, these are the type of stuff that leads to either you or kids' product of this leads to like narcissism or sociopath or psychopath. And whether you're either going into it, around it, and now you're getting stuff from it, whether it's PTSD or trauma or whatever, and you're trying to live like this, if you're not truly like a narcissist, psychopath, or sociopath, that's going to be trouble for you. Like, it's bad enough for somebody like that, but what I'm trying to say is, if you're not one of those, but yet your mind frame is starting to live in a way of survival like that, because you feel like you have to stay in this situation, or your mind has adapted to that way of attachment or love style, and you don't see it enough to get out and detox and let your brain rewire itself, it's going to be to your demise. I'm not trying to be like dun 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 about this, but it is. It's going to be to your demise. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's the vibe this has all over it, is that like, you know, I'll be there as long as you're there. I'll be there as long as you're there. And it's only because nobody's going to let go, or, well, we need financially each other to survive, or, well, we're both the devil that each other knows, so we know how bad it can get, even though you really don't. But you know how bad it can get, and you basically allow each other's dysfunction type thing. Because trust me, if you're in this situation, please don't think it's just this other person that has dysfunction. There's no way that both would have to be doing it. And I say this with so much love. I know I'm very cutting right now because of your guys' energy, but I'm just really straight shooting it to you. It's not that I'm judging. It's not that I even think it's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if this is something you're like, I'm good with that, then, like I said, rock on. You know what I mean? I'm just straight shooting it so you can take this info and go do what you want with it. I'm not judging. I don't care. I wouldn't want to be in it. I've been in very similar to this, but I wouldn't want to be in it. Like, it's no. But you know, when I'm going to close out, disconnect from this energy and, you know, do my thing after this. I don't care. I care about you guys in the sense that I want you, when you're choosing things, to make empowered and informed decisions and try to break through any cognitive dissonance you might have that is allowing you to not see this, or to at least not choose this in an empowered state. So at least when the repercussions come and hit you in the face, you're not going to be like, oh no, I didn't see that coming, or playing the victim, or it creating more wounds and trauma, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry if my camera is shaking and all that, but just know this is what you're sitting in. This is what you're signing up for. This is not going to get better. This is also the type of situation, by the way, that if you chose to stay in it, but not play the game, where you're like, all right, I just won't get them back. I won't just keep going, blah, blah, blah. They will either do stuff more and more and more to try to trigger you into that state, because they will then get bored. Remember, that's how your guys' love language is like all of this that I'm describing. Or they will just get bored and you'll get bored. Or you'll wake up and realize you don't want it, and you can create your own creative and entertaining energies in a healthier way instead of through like toxicity or drama. You know, it's like literally becoming addicted to the drama. So once you stop doing that and you start just kind of being more even keel and not allowing things to trigger you and not going back at them, you're probably going to realize after a while you just don't want to play a part in it, or you're going to be bored, and then you're going to start to get restless because you're going to be like, oh God, I don't want to do this. I made a decision, I don't want to do it, but now I'm getting restless. What do I do? And you'll start sabotaging either in a completely different way, in a different cycle, or you'll just wake up, heal your creative energies, and create in a more empowered way. And then you're going to raise vibration and be like, I can't be around this. That's why I say what's crossing you is the lovers. It's you or it's them. It's high vibes or it's low vibes. So you have to choose. Do you want to choose you, or do you want to not, and you just have to like lose track of who you are and all that? Do you want to raise and ascend and raise vibration and be in like a healthier quality within yourself and around you? Or are you like, no, I'm okay, I'll make the conscious decision to stay in this and be okay with keeping my vibes low? It doesn't matter. It's just that type of decision. There is no right or wrong, really. I mean, kind of. Maybe on a soul level and an evolution level, I would assume you should pick you. But at the very least, you are somewhat evolving if at the very least, when you make the decision, you are conscious of your decision and you have a certain perspective about it. Like, it's not always a wrong move to make the same decision karma-wise, as long as you have a healthier perspective about it when you consciously choose again. So like I said, I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, what do you want? You know, I don't know really what I'm going to call this video, whether it's like, what do you want, or just stop playing the game or whatever. But, because this situation isn't getting better. And there could even be the realistic extent that if you're like, oh, well, I'll just wake up and be me and they'll eventually respond to my energies. No, they won't. They're either going to work harder to hurt you and try to trigger you into playing their game again, or they're going to move on. They're going to get bored and they're going to move on to somebody else who does. And then either A, just stay there, or the icing on the cake is then that triggers you to play the game again. And then you become interesting to play with again. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you're following me. So if you need help with this, and just know, I mean, I might, as I'm tapping in your energy, I'm not always like this. Like I said, your energy is very cutting. So you might literally be in kind of even like going into a lower vibe where you're very straightforward, you're very vocal, you're very snappy, you're very like, no, you know, but maybe in an empowered way to where it's helping you exit the cycle. But also maybe in a way where I don't know, like, are some of you choosing to stay in it, but you're just mouthy? You know, I don't know, because I feel mouthy. You know what I mean? I do feel like a lot of you are exiting the cycle, though. But I think the reason I'm going into all this is so, A, you really see it and don't get dragged into it. Or B, just you really don't, like, just try to go in with somebody else, and if you do and you're like, this one will be better, no, they're gonna end up exactly like the other one. You're really just being guided to like rest and heal. Pull one of these cards. I haven't pulled one of these in a while and see like what advice it has for you. And then we'll end it. We'll leave it somewhere about an hour. What advice do you have for Libra for August 2020? You have Nirvana Quartz, Enlightenment, and I did pull this other one out just because it felt like it was sticking out, wanted to come out. Choroid, Charoite, Choroid, I don't know. Enlightenment. Nirvana Quartz assists in stepping off the karmic wheel, bringing in light and bliss consciousness. Yeah. For many lifetimes you have been working with your karma that has now passed. There is no need for restitution, nor punishment or guilt. Let those go so that you can recognize your full potential, receiving a download of cosmic light that transforms your being. Step off the karmic round and allow the karma of grace to manifest. Open yourself to receive enlightenment. Recognize this as a new beginning and fresh energy. If you are experiencing traumatic times and soul challenges, relax and wait for resolution. Exactly. Like this Four of Swords energy. Do not push against the river. Go with the flow. Karma is created in each moment by every thought and deed. Uplifting thoughts and positive actions ensure your future well-being. All right, let's see what this one is. Choroid. I don't even know how to say that. Choroid? Wound healing. Provides deep physical and emotional healing. Transmuting negative energy, it converts dis-ease to wellness. Like I was saying, this causes disease. Dis-ease. With its assistance, you recognize that your greatest trauma is also your most profound gift. Accept it with grace. This crystal re-energizes, heals, and integrates dualities, healing past life dis-ease carried into the present life. Yeah, you got a lot of karma going on here and releasing, like to step off the karmic wheel, stop playing the game. Deep fears and schemes, maybe that's schemes probably, SCHISMS. Deep fears and schemes pervade your being. Exactly. That's what I was saying about this. Like, you guys are literally so into this cycle and it's been going on so long, it's warped your perception of reality. You may not feel that you belong on Earth. Alienation and insecurity lie beneath a deceptively calm surface. Exactly. Especially with this Emperor energy. That's what I'm saying. It comes off as one way, it's not. You are subtly driven by other people's thoughts and programs rather than your own. Exactly. Because you've completely lost who you are. And that's why it's kind of scary to you. Because you've like literally let yourself go, let yourself go, let yourself go just to stay in this situation. So now you're just bending to their will and energy and just going and playing this whole little game that's been going on. I'm sorry. I know I sound judgmental. I'm really not being. I'm really not trying to put it on you guys, but I really think it's your energy. I think it's where you guys are sitting right now. There's a level of frustration and a level of just, ugh. And I think it's good. I hope you are getting there, and I hope it pushes you to be like, enough is enough. And I think some of you actually are, which is why you're sitting in this justice energy. And this other person's like, damn. And they're probably trying now and trying to be like, but why? We can make this work, blah, 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 you know, and it's all this 9 of Wandsy energy, and they're like, we can do it. And you're like, no, I'm bringing my cup somewhere else because we've tried enough. I've tried and tried and tried and tried, and it's just never just right. I don't like the fact that you're taking your cup somewhere else, though, but do your thing, whatever. But I hope you really allow yourself to heal and detox. Your autonomic nervous system may be malfunctioning. If so, it needs recalibrating. Time to take control. You are undergoing a vibrational change, creating links to higher realities. Visions of past lives suggest ways to redress karma personally and collectively. In accepting the present moment as perfect, you create the space to heal. That means what it really is, not the illusion. Just so you know. Okay? And then we'll pull, where is it? Oh. I don't know. You guys just feel like at your wit's end and frustrated. Because, like I said, I feel pretty mouthy and snippety. And, so I hope you guys really do, like, if you are exiting this or whatever, you really do, and just stay in that. And if you need help with your perception on it, or to see the reality out of it, like, for one, detoxing and fasting is one of your best ways. And just being able to deal with, like, you know, have the strength and the discipline to do that. But just get through it and then get help in the meantime. But what message do you have for Libra for August 2020? It's the best message you have for Libra. Is here 3. Yeah. So some of you might be going through an awakening too, or realizing this. Like, I don't know if like through this video or just period, or if some of you went through it and that's what's going on. So that's really cool if you are, because you literally have the sun, which to me this has like a big enlightenment vibe. And then you have the serpent, which is all about like Kundalini energy, like Kundalini awakening, you know, and just alignment and rising within to who you really are. So that's awesome. And then completion, like just end of a cycle. You guys are really, really working through some karmic energy right here. If you're not already, like, you will be. Do I need to read these? I don't think I do. It's for crabs and gills. I just want to look at what the sun says. It says, have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It's time to come out of your cave and savor the life-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passion and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and add to your lightness and humor and to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. That's what I was saying. Like, you know, to be in your higher vibes where you're like fun and flirty, like I think Libras usually are. And it feels like a snappy energy, like you guys are just kind of miserable or whatever. So maybe you guys are going through the period of detoxing or whatever. But I think a lot of this, of why I was saying all of what I said and going back and forth, was really describing it and giving you a different perspective, but also in letting you know, please really continue to do on the work on this, because it's really coming up really strongly that for you, those of you who have either met somebody else who is kind of like this emperor energy I was describing, or is wanting to go date somebody else. Like, I just don't think you've seen enough of this pattern yet. You need help, or you're like, does this apply to me? Is this person really like this? And you want to know. I mean, either take time and work through it and go slower, or like hit me up for a reading. Like, I'm not saying this just for you to get a reading, but hit me up so I can hit up, you know, look into their energy and see. Because you might need some help navigating this while you're still figuring you out, because clearly you're going through some type of awakening process. I mean, look at this, right? Like, I get it's not super clear and I super apologize for that, but the sun, serpent, like illumination, realization, this serpent, awakening, kundalini energy, and then completion. Like, what? That has awakening written all over it. So either you are or will, or like you just need to have an awakening. You need to have a perspective shift, which is funny because on the bottom of the deck is the Hangman. So I don't know. Maybe that's another reason I really said all that stuff to you, was because maybe I needed to, you know, like maybe it needed to be said, and to where you're like, wow, that's true, actually. Like, maybe it was what was needed to break through your cognitive dissonance. I'm not really sure. So I super, super apologize if I came across kind of stern or whatever, but if it helped you, then I guess it needed to be. But also at the same time, I do think I'm tapping into your guys' energies. And I think you're just frustrated and a little bit jaded and not really seeing. And I think it's time to see, guys, you know, and I think it's time to step into your higher vibes. I know I don't always do Libra readings every month, but I know every time I do, they're like the same energy. This is the one that's been the most different. But it's really been hard for you guys to break out of the cycle, for sure. And I get it. I think Taurus is like, you know, you and Taurus are ruled by the same. And I think the lessons in a lot of ways have been pretty similar. I mean, Tauruses have been a little bit more spiritual in that sense. And they've went through a lot of the awakenings and stuff, but they still are. But you guys, like, similar cycles, similar ways, you know, you're both ruled by Venus. So I think I'm going to end it here because I'm just going to keep saying the same thing over and over again. But if you need help with this, please let me know, okay? I have many different modalities that I can help you, or even if it's just a personal reading or just talking to you, like a coaching or a one-on-one guidance channeling session that can just really, you know, zone in on your energy, check your perspective. I find a lot of times too that when people work with me, There's also just something about my energy that seems to like just working with me breaks through a lot of their energy and barrier and stuff. So, and that doesn't have to be just through working with me. It happens through the general reading sometimes too. So just follow your intuition and what you're guided to. I'm just trying to let you know that I'm a guide. I am a resource for you. And I understand this and I understand this pattern, and I've had to really work even myself out of a lot of this. So I do have a lot of compassion. I do understand, and I'm kind of pretty glad that you guys are getting so frustrated though, because I think it's time. I think it's time to not look at it, you know, with rose-colored glasses and look at the illusion anymore. I think it's time to get frustrated enough to where you say, you know, enough is enough. And you do what you have to do, which is where you kind of are right now. Maybe, who knows, maybe this will be through the Lionsgate portal and that's what really pushes you. I'm not really sure. But maybe that's why I keep seeing like strength card. But I just want you guys to go with it and not like hit it for a minute and then give up and not follow through. Because, you know, you're right at that door of breaking through, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. And yeah, there's going to be moments where you doubt yourself or you don't know what to do in the meantime. But this is a process you have to go through, and you need to find yourself, you need to figure yourself out, and not just be at the whim of any energy or any person's games that they bring your way. And that you're so focused and you're so goal driven that your life is what you make it and not what other people try to dictate it to be. And then because of that, you're in higher vibration, and then you're actually bringing in the type of love and relationships in your life that you actually really want to have, that bring in everything about your sign, which is, you know, peace, balance, harmony, and love, right? So hopefully you guys have stuck with me long enough through my rants to see this this message. But I love you guys. If you need help with this, please let me know. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit all the stuff that you need to hit on the channel, in the video, whatever. Comment, it only takes 2 seconds. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell. Donation information, description box below. Service information, description box below. If you're interested in shaman work, CCT, the Crystalline Consciousness Technique, light language, any of that, email me. Yeah, so I love you guys, and I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye.